Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today, I am diving deep into the 2025 live-action remake of Lilo and Stitch. And this movie is more than 70% fresh, and have more than 90% audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. And I will be explaining the full story, so there will be major spoilers ahead. So the story kicks off in the vast reaches of outer space, and at a meeting of the Galactic Federation. And there we meet the mad scientist, Dr. Jumba, or Jukiba, well, you can call him whatever you like. So he is on a trial for creating dangerous experiments. And his latest creation is Experiment 626, a blue, furry, super-strong alien designed to be indestructible and chaotic. But after testing the creature, the Grand Councilwoman ordered to imprison Jumba, and to eliminate 626. But the clever little alien breaks free, steals a spaceship, and headed towards the Earth, specifically in Hawaii. And desperate to eliminate him, the councilwoman told her soldiers to destroy Earth. But then enters Earth expert, Agent Pleakley, and Pleakley informed her that Earth is the breeding ground for mosquitoes. So after hearing that, the councilwoman strikes a deal with Jumba, and sends Jumba and Pleakley to Earth to retrieve Experiment 626. Meanwhile, on the beautiful island of Kauai, we meet our young protagonist, Lilo Kai, a 6-year-old orphan native Hawaiian girl, who is full of energy, loves hula dancing, surfing, and all normal things. Well, Lilo lives with her older sister Nani, who is struggling to be both a guardian and provider after their parents' tragic death. Actually, Nani got a full ride to the University of San Diego for marine biology, but she gave it up to care for Lilo. And life isn't easy for both of them, like Lilo gets bullied at her hula class, which leads to a fight where she pushes a girl off stage and gets kicked out. Then things escalated when Lilo locks herself in the house because of what happened at hula class, and she even played loud music. But when Nani was trying to get inside the house, social worker, Mrs. Kikoa, arrives to inspect Lilo's living conditions. And after entering the house somehow through the back door, and witnessing the living conditions of the two sisters, she gave a stern warning to Nani that Nani has only 1 week to get stable employment and health insurance, or Lilo will be placed in foster care. Then that night, a falling star streaks across the sky, which is actually Stitch's crashing ship, but Lilo didn't know that. That's why Lilo wishes for a friend who won't leave her. On the other side, after 626 landed on Earth, he quickly destroyed his collar, which is giving him electric shocks. Then he spotted some foods in a wedding ceremony, and he quickly runs towards the wedding and started to cause chaos. He ate the foods, broke tables, well, he literally destroyed the wedding. Meanwhile, the next day, while staying with their kind neighbor Tutu, Lilo visits the local animal shelter to feed chocolates to the dogs, but there she spots the strange blue creature, who has been mistaken for a dog after causing chaos at the wedding. Well, after seeing 626, Lilo adopts him on the spot, and this little monster also started to act cute, because he heard that Jumba was restricted to hurt humans. Then Tutu told Nani about what happened, and when Nani saw 626, she quickly rejected him, but Lilo wants to keep him very badly, that's why Nani allowed 626 for only 1 night. But on the other side, Jumba and Pleakley landed on Earth, and after staying hidden for some time, they copied the appearance of 2 human male, and started staying at a hotel. Then they found out 626 and tried to capture him, but the smart little creature knew that they are restricted to hurt humans, that's why he escaped from them and stayed with Lilo and Nani. And then inside the car, Lilo named him Stitch, because he claws up the truck on the way home. And well, Stitch of course is no ordinary pet, he is programmed for destruction, created because of Jumba's madness, but Lilo's innocence starts to chip away that chaotic nature of his. But back home, Stitch begins to cause major problems, and he quickly starts to destroy things, but Lilo somehow managed to stop him. Then next day, Nani takes Lilo and Stitch to her luau job, where Stitch accidentally starts a fire during a performance, which gets Nani fired. Then on the other side, we saw CIA agent Cobra Bubbles, who is analyzing the situation at the spaceship crash site. But after finding Stitch because of his chaos, he disguised as a social worker and gets involved, like he teams up with Mrs. Kikoa to monitor the family, and he even took a hair of Stitch to get his DNA. Then Nani's job hunt became a disaster, because every interview is ruined by Lilo and Stitch's mischief. But hope arrives, when Nani's friend and a potential love interest David suggests that she could become a surfing instructor, something she really loved to do. Then the trio hits the waves for some fun after her first shift, but Stitch is scared of water, that's why he avoided water as much as possible. Meanwhile, Jumba and Pleakley show up on jet skis, trying to snag Stitch. And in the chaos, Stitch sinks with Lilo, then after rescuing Leo and Stitch, they rush to the hospital. Then at the hospital, Lilo gets completely fine, but when the doctor asked about payment, Nani became tensed, because she doesn't have any money. Well, then Mrs. Kikoa drops a bomb, like the Hawaiian government will cover all the medical bills and insurance, if Nani gives up guardianship of Lilo. Then heartbroken, Nani agrees, and the sisters spend what they think is their last night together, cuddling and singing. But feeling guilty for all the trouble he has caused, Stitch slips away to the animal shelter alone. Meanwhile, the Grand Councilwoman, frustrated with Jumba's failures, cancels their deal and orders Pleakley to haul Jumba back to prison. But like any other villain, Jumba goes rogue, escaping to capture Stitch alone. Then the next morning, Lilo discovers Stitch is missing, and after some searching, she runs to the shelter to find him. And there we saw some really touching moments, like Stitch is finally realizing what love and family really means. But Jumba arrives, and revealed Stitch's true alien origins and claimed that he only used Lilo as a human shield for protection. Then some really good comedy fight scenes emerged, and a chase leads back to Lilo's home, where a massive fight destroys the house. But then Stitch surrenders out of guilt and goes with Jumba, but Lilo sneaks aboard Jumba's ship to rescue him. Then when Nani, David, and Tutu arrived, they discovered Pleakley's true form. Pleakley told them about Lilo, but at the right time, CIA agent Cobra Bubbles arrived and arrested Pleakley. Then after realizing the situation, Nani and others convinced Cobra to do a favor. Then on the other side, Lilo and Stitch ejected Jumba, and caused chaos on the ship, that's why the ship crashes into the ocean. But Stitch, despite his inability to swim, due to his dense molecular structure, heroically saves Lilo from drowning, but he passes out in the process. Then Nani and David arrived just in time with CIA agent Cobra Bubbles, Tutu, and Pleakley. But while David was saving Lilo, Lilo told her sister to save Stitch, who is drowned. Then Nani tried to save Stitch, but he is too heavy to lift, that's why she walked inside water with Stitch in her arms, and somehow she managed to get him on the land. But Stitch didn't respond to any medical help, that's why everyone thought he is dead. But Lilo suggested a strong electric shock, and like that, they used car cables to revive Stitch with electricity. And after some silence, Stitch wakes up, but as the dust settles, the Grand Councilwoman and her forces show up to arrest Stitch and Jumba. But after seeing how Stitch has reformed, forming a real bond with Lilo and embracing the concept of Ohana, she has a change of heart, and Stitch is allowed to serve his exile on Earth peacefully. Well, Pleakley is assigned to stay and watch over them, while Cobra Bubbles helps keep their secret. But then in a poignant twist unique to this remake, Nani decides to pursue her dreams and heads off to college in San Diego. Lilo stays in Hawaii with Tutu and David, who has become her new guardians. But thanks to Jumba's portal technology, Nani can visit anytime, keeping the family connected. And the film closes on a heartwarming note, showing how Stitch's arrival mended their broken family, proving that Ohana can evolve and endure. So this movie is a remake that captures the magic of the original, while adding fresh emotional layers, especially with that bittersweet ending. Well, this movie is all about family, forgiveness, and finding your place in the world, no matter how far from home you are. And this film has earned approximately $1 billion globally. And this makes it the highest-grossing Hollywood film of 2025 till now. And yes, this movie is the best animated hybrid film of all time, surpassing predecessors like the Smurfs. And with some strong audience reactions, its performance has led Disney to announce a sequel, confirming its massive commercial and cultural success. So if you loved this video, then give this video a like, and of course, subscribe for more Movie Explains.